Loona the Mermaid and the Magic Pearl. We publish a new bedtime read-along story every night, so make sure to tap the subscribe button so you never miss any. Part 1, Encounter with the Underwater Dragon. Loona was a mermaid who loved to explore the depths of the ocean. She swam through colorful coral reefs, discovering new species of fish and other aquatic creatures. She loved the feeling of the water flowing through her hair and the freedom she felt as she swam through the vastness of the ocean. One day, while on her travels, Loona heard a loud rumbling sound. She followed the noise until she came upon a terrifying sight. An underwater dragon was causing havoc in the nearby area, destroying everything in its path. Loona knew that she had to act quickly to protect her home. Summoning all her courage, Loona confronted the beast. At first, the dragon seemed unfazed by her presence, but as Loona drew her sword, it lunged forward, ready to attack. The two engaged in a fierce battle, with Loona dodging the dragon's flames and striking back with her sword. Loona was quick and agile, but the dragon was powerful and had razor-sharp teeth. As the battle wore on, Loona began to tire, and the dragon seemed to be getting stronger. Just when Loona thought she might lose, she remembered a trick her mother had taught her. She dived into the water and swam around the dragon, creating a whirlpool that trapped the beast in its center. The dragon struggled to break free, but Loona continued to swim around it, making the whirlpool tighter and stronger until the dragon was trapped. With the dragon defeated, Loona emerged from the water victorious. She knew that her bravery and quick thinking had saved the day, and she felt proud of herself for protecting her home. From that day on, Loona knew that no matter what danger she faced, she would never back down from a challenge. Part 2, The Magical Pearl. After defeating the dragon, Loona continued her travels through the ocean. She swam deeper and deeper until she came across a hidden cave that was filled with treasures. As she explored the cave, she came across a shimmering pearl that caught her eye. Loona picked up the pearl and felt its magical power. She knew that it was a treasure beyond compare and that she had to protect it. As she held the pearl, she heard a voice in her head. The voice told her that the pearl had the power to grant one wish every 10 years. Loona was amazed by the pearl's power and knew that she had to keep it safe from those who might misuse it. She tucked the pearl away in her satchel and continued her travels. As Loona traveled, she came across many dangerous creatures, but she was always able to defend herself. Her bravery and quick thinking had earned her a reputation as a protector of the ocean. Soon, news of her travels and her bravery reached the ears of the king of the underwater world. The king was a greedy and selfish ruler who was obsessed with the idea of eternal life. When he heard about the magical pearl that Loona possessed, he knew that he had to have it. He sent his army to capture Loona and bring her and the pearl to him. But Loona was not afraid of the king or his army. She knew that the pearl was too powerful to be in the hands of someone with such selfish intentions. She refused to give up the pearl and stood her ground, determined to protect it at all costs. Part 3, The King's Greed. Loona knew that the king's greed would not allow him to let the matter go. He would not rest until he had the magical pearl in his possession. And so, she prepared herself for battle. The king's army was massive, and it seemed as if there were no end to the number of soldiers they had. Loona knew that she could not fight them all alone, so she decided to seek out help. She swam to a nearby village and told the people about the king's greed and his desire to possess the magical pearl. The villagers were scared of the king and his army, but they also knew that Loona was a protector of the ocean and that they could trust her. They agreed to help her, and together they formed a plan. Loona and the villagers built a stronghold and armed themselves with swords and tridents. They waited for the king's army to arrive, and when they did, they were ready for battle. The two sides clashed, and the battle raged on for hours. Loona fought with all her might, but the king's army was relentless. They were determined to capture her and the magical pearl. Just when it seemed like all hope was lost, a group of sea turtles arrived to help. The sea turtles had heard about Loona's bravery and had come to lend their support. Together, Loona, the villagers, and the sea turtles fought back the king's army. They pushed them back until they were forced to retreat. Loona emerged from the battle victorious once again, but she knew that the king's greed would not be satisfied. She knew that he would come after her again, and she needed to find a way to keep the pearl safe. She swam deeper into the ocean, hoping to find a place where she could hide the pearl away from the king's reach. Part 4, The Final Battle. Loona swam deeper into the ocean, searching for a place to hide the magical pearl. She knew that the king of the underwater world would not give up his quest to possess it, and she needed to find a way to keep it safe. As she swam, Loona came across a hidden cave deep beneath the ocean's surface. The cave was filled with an ethereal glow, and Loona knew that it was a special place. She swam deeper into the cave and found a large crystal that seemed to emit the same glow as the cave. Loona realized that this crystal was the perfect place to hide the magical pearl. She placed the pearl inside the crystal, and as she did, the crystal pulsed with an otherworldly energy. Loona knew that the pearl was safe and that the crystal would protect it from those who sought to use it for their own gain. As she turned to leave the cave, Loona heard a voice behind her. It was the king of the underwater world, and he had come to claim the pearl for himself. He had brought an army with him, and they were ready to fight. Loona knew that this was the final battle. She drew her trident and prepared to fight the king and his army. The battle raged on for hours, with both sides fighting fiercely. Loona was determined to protect the pearl, but she was also determined to bring an end to the king's greed. In a final, desperate move, the king lunged at Loona with his trident. Loona managed to dodge the attack and thrust her trident at the king. The trident struck the king, and he fell to the ground, defeated. With the king defeated, his army scattered, and Loona emerged from the battle victorious. She knew that the pearl was safe, and she had put an end to the king's greed. She swam out of the cave, feeling proud and accomplished. She knew that her adventures were not over, but for now, she was content to rest and enjoy the peace she had fought so hard to achieve. The end. Do you want to hear more stories? Then hit the subscribe button to follow our channel, so you never miss another daily story. And keep listening now, as more stories will play shortly.